The First Descendant is a free-to-play looter shooter from Nexon, and they've been on fire lately because I just recently did a first impressions review on Warhaven that's currently in a playtest, as well as this game being in a playtest. If you're looking to get into the beta, they're giving out free beta keys on Twitch, so if you watch a Twitch streamer that has drops and you watch for 30 minutes, you'll get into the game. But I'll be giving my first impressions of this game and what I think about it so far. So we'll do the usual playthrough, and then at the end of the video, I will give my final thoughts on it. But I hope you enjoy the video.
Been waiting for you.
I'm kind of getting the Division vibes out of this. Even the logo on Steam, it shows the guy with his back turned and it showed like a little like thing on his shoulder. It looks a lot like the Division. And from what I understand so far, this is a looter shooter, so pretty much you're getting that kind of concept anyway. Graphics are pretty nice. Oh, we get to choose a character. Okay, with elliptic around, the battlefield becomes more lively. Blah, 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 bullshit. Alright, so what was his... He gets some skills. Grenade. What's this? Power stream. Throws flame. Traction grenade. Oh, that looks cool. Like Vuban from Warframe. Arm launcher. Okay. And then ignores all damage upon receiving fatal damage. Okay, so he like basically gets like a free revive. All right, what does she do? She throws ice. Okay. What does he do?
Encounter the executioner.
He makes a shield. He does a leap thing. Oh, is it just a stun? It doesn't do damage? Oh, that sucks. All right, strike nearby enemies. Okay, this guy kind of reminds me of Rhino from Warframe. Creates a dome. Oh, and he's also like what's it called, Frost. That sounds actually pretty good. This guy looks like a good support type character. Accumulates void energy when hit by an enemy projectile. Attack increases in proportion to the amount of void energy accumulated. Oh, so he's like Black Panther. Okay, so he seems like a tanky guy. All right, I think I'm gonna go with this dude. Wonder if you can customize your character a little bit. Then you're gonna have a bunch of people running around as the same 3 characters. I'm assuming they're probably trying to make this game like Warframe, where they have like a bunch of different characters to collect. This is pretty cool, like to show, like it's basically displaying what all the characters are like in these cutscenes. So you can kind of get the gist of what the character is about. But they should have showed all this before me picking the character though. Like right now, it should have been like, oh, choose your character while they're falling. You know, some shit like that. Mouse sensitivity, always a problem in every game I play. I'll give it 13. Let's see what that's like. Okay, that feels pretty good, actually. Motion blur, gotta go. Don't tell me there's no option for motion blur. Nexon. They have no option for motion blur. That's crazy. So you're asking me to live with this? Oh, no. The game doesn't feel like it's getting good FPS. It feels kind of choppy. Okay, gunplay already feels pretty decent. Recoil is a little weird to get used to though. Alright, grappling hooks are cool. I can dig grappling hooks. I don't like this motion blur at all. It's so bad. The fact that you can't shut it off is insane to me. Like, this is literally, what's it called? Just Cause 4 all over again. Because when I played that on the PlayStation when it first came out, there was no option to shut it off, and it was horrible. Like, it made the game almost like unplayable. It was giving me like some crazy motion sickness, and this blur looks pretty bad. Like, I'm probably not gonna be able to last too long. Oh, and I have the Q ability finally unlocked. Oh, that was pretty badass. See, you can do that. Now you can grapple. Oh, you can just melee and it just like goes to him anyway. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Like, I'm gonna be able to solo this thing when they've been having so much trouble as a team. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm doing excellent damage. What is this shit? Yeah, this motion blur is ass. Like, it's really ass. How the fuck did I damage this thing by myself? Like, I don't believe it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of twins running around. You see? Bunch of copies. I don't know why they went with this method, because usually these live service type games, they usually let you make your own character. There's a lot of texture pop in every time it changes scenes. See that? Like, every time it shifts a scene, it's always like popping in something. in the background. Pretty immersion breaking.
They were all destroyed by
I like that it seems pretty good, like it's voiced pretty well so far. I don't think the whole game is voiced, but it's nice to have. Is this game like kind of open world-ish? It looks similar to almost Destiny. So it kind of could be-ish, a little bit.
Lasted a while.
There has to be a way to shut off this motion blur. This is so bad. Let me check real quick. This game has 5 preset graphics, low, high, blah, blah, blah. Change the settings to very low. Low takes away the motion blur. Oh, what the fuck? This is the only workaround at the moment. Wow. The motion blur is horrible. Like, it's making this game unplayable for me. Also, performance is pretty bad. I'm playing on high and it feels weird. Let me put it on low settings and see what happens. There we go. Oh my god, look at that. Super smooth. Oh wait, it's still motion blurry. So, you see, like when you spin the camera, it looks motion blurry. Let me see if very low changes that. No, it's still there. Alright, it looks horrible on very low. There, the game runs better now, but it's still motion blur. Because you see how you spin the camera and it looks like... Ugh. It's still disgusting. This game has like bad performance issues, so they gotta fix that. I'm surprised there's no like grapple, like to grab onto ledges and things like that. Can I go up here? Oh, I can. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, this is fucking cool. I like this. Oh, look at the textures in the background. I know there probably is invisible walls over here, but you know I gotta check. I always gotta check. Yep, invisible wall. You know me. I always gotta check for those invisible walls. It's really cool that you can climb the building and stuff. Like that's pretty badass. Oh. And the addition of like a double jump is actually pretty helpful. This is probably my favorite gun right now.
That lasted a while.
This sniper. I'm already finding newer guns, newer versions of the guns. So I could trash those. That's actually pretty nice that they added that. So they were thoughtful with their looter shooter experience. They've definitely played some other looter shooters. I don't know if there's stuff to find out in the world. It would be nice if there was some kind of exploration stuff. You know, like go back here and there's a treasure chest or whatever. Ah, here we go. Here's the other characters. Oh, so I could switch characters. I thought I was picking one like in Warframe. See, here's the other characters that I don't have yet. Alright, so cool. There are other Warframes, basically. Hopefully each of the characters have some kind of story to them, similar to what Genshin Impact had. Because I always think back to that all the time. And how nice it was for them to make stories for each of the characters. It gave them more personality and made you care more for the different characters. And the combat so far, it feels all right, but it's just nothing. There's nothing exciting about it. It just feels pretty generic. It kind of feels like a game that was just built on Unity or something by some like junior dev team that just started making games for the first time, and that's kind of what it feels like. Like it works, but it's not. There's nothing special about it. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? It didn't load properly. That's stupid. Oh, because I jumped over the top of the thing, so it didn't count. That's so stupid. See, shit like that just makes you question how this game was developed. See, the combat doesn't feel impactful. It doesn't make me feel like I'm using a devastating shotgun right now. I just feel like I'm using a pellet gun. I already kind of see this game flopping. I don't think it's gonna do too well. Mainly because the gunplay just feels so average. in a day and age where there's so many looter shooters right now that it makes it like you got too much competition. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's free to play, so I guess there's, you know, there's no barrier of entry into this. But the thing that's kind of, you know, pointless to me is that you could totally just go play other looter shooters. Like Destiny 2 is free to play, you know, so you can play that. If you have to have a third person game, then The Division is really fucking good. Especially The Division 2 is always on sale like all the time and is like less than $10. You know, so like that I feel like is a far better experience, especially when it comes to like the way AI functions and all that. And so far in this game, the AI just runs to you mindlessly or just stands around shooting at you. I haven't seen the AI do anything special, like try to like take cover or run away. They're always like walking towards you all the time. Like, look, watch. You see? Like the AI is not trying to flank me or anything. They just stand there and shoot. See? They just, all they're doing is trying to get a line of sight of me and then they shoot. It's pretty shitty, honestly. Another really horrible thing that this game is doing right now is the motion blur. They need to add some way to adjust that or shut it off, because I hate motion blur in every single game that I ever play. That's always the first thing I try to shut off, and in this game there's no way to shut it off. And apparently the only way to like lower the amount of motion blur is to put it on low settings, which I have it at right now. And also the performance is horrible. When you play it on high settings, it's like I'm barely getting like 40 FPS. So it's not good. It's not good. It's not really playable like that. It's kind of shitty. They have a lot of work to do on this game before it becomes something. But I'm a firm believer of first impressions are everything. So it's one of those situations where I feel like if the game doesn't do well on launch day, then it's gonna flop. And that's just usually how it is, unless they make some massive changes and start updating the game completely for free for a while, similar to what you've seen in No Man's Sky or what you're seeing right now with Cyberpunk or you know, like all the stuff that's actually like gotten better over time. Like they really just need to focus and just sit down and just work on fixing shit. So it's probably, you know, realistically, even if they release this game this year, this game is not gonna officially come out in people's minds until like 3 years from now. You know, when the game actually is fully updated and is better and, you know, like all that shit. So that's the sad part. Yeah, I'm not really digging this game. This game is okay at best. This game makes me want to go download The Division 2 again. Because at least in that game, the AI is not dumb. You see, like, he just ran up to me and I just shot him. Look, you see how the mobs just walk up to you slowly? Like, look at this. Like what the fuck? What are they trying to do? And what's with the health bars, like, jittering around like that? That looks so weird. You see, all they do is move from left to right and that's it. That's pretty bad. I'm not gonna give this game a score or anything yet. Like, I think I'd rather wait until the game launches to do something like that, but I'm already not feeling this game. First Descendant is whack, so uninstall.